BadSecretMedia.com.
I hate Bad Secret Media.
Gamers, welcome to the Secret Levels podcast. On this week's episode, throw on some spandex, get those boots tied up nice and tight, and enter the square circle of pain.
Listen, let me tell you something, brother. This is player one, Toby.
Oh yeah, and I'm player two, Goose. Elizabeth.
Miss Elizabeth.
Miss Jenny Bean.
So we are the Secret Levels podcast, and we do a weekly retro video game review show where we talk about some of the old great games and some of the old terrible games.
Yeah, we talk about either or and how much they put you in a figure four. Because that stuff hurts unless you roll it over and reverse it and put the pain on someone else, because that's a good thing.
Because, you know, that makes a lot of sense.
And we apologize for all the wrestling references that you're going to get in this episode.
Yes, so we are huge wrestling fans, and
we're also huge fans of the Somebody's Network.
Oh, that's right.
Go check out all those great grapplers and all those great shows. There's even a wrestling show in there. Fuck you, Ocho. we love you, Ocho.
So yes, it is WrestleMania season, Goobs.
Oh, the biggest show of the year. I'm going to stop talking like that now. Sorry, guys.
You're going to hurt your throat.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time today.
Oh, ayo.
Phrasing.
So, yes. So today we've decided to enjoy the season that we are celebrating, the WrestleMania season.
Yes, because we're big wrestle fans around here.
So, for this week, we chose WWF Wrestlemania, the arcade game.
Some great fighting action. Loosely termed.
So, do you want me to give you some details on this game real quick?
Yeah, let's jump right into the deets, brother.
I'm going to elbow drop you with the deets.
Oh, shit, no, my heart. The heart stopper.
So this game was released November 1st, 1995. It was developed by Midway and published by Midway, but we played the Super Nintendo port, so it was actually developed by Sculptured Software and published by Acclaim Entertainment. So I guess it's kind of a deal that Midway had to get it ported to some of the systems.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense that Midway played this game, because it looks like you're a bunch of players from NBA Jam fighting each other.
It really does.
He's on fire.
This game was released on, like I said, the Super Nintendo. It was originally on arcade. It came out on Sega Genesis, Sega 32X, Sega Saturn, PlayStation, and the MS-DOS.
That's a lot of shit.
Yeah. A lot of Sega systems for this one.
No Amiga, though.
No Amiga. It is up to 2 players. It is a fighting game. A sports fighting game, if you want to get real technical with it.
It's wrestling entertainment.
It's entertainment fighting. So, Goobs, do you want me to tell you a story?
Well, the story of Vince McMahon?
Loosely of what this game is.
Okay, let's hear this so-called story. It's story time with Toby.
6 of the world's top wrestlers have come together to do battle on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. With their eyes set on either the Intercontinental Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship, there will be only one raising their hands to earn that gold to wear around their waist. Superstars such as The Undertaker, Bret the Hitman Hart, Doink the Clown, Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, and Lex Luger take the bone-crunching action to a whole new cartoonish extreme. But who will be your next WWF champion? So I kind of just made
I'm
that
intrigued.
up.
One of these wrestlers definitely don't fit in, if you ask me.
Yeah, which one do you think it is? Oh man, you know what? Out of this crew, I don't think Lex Luger fits.
He was a big thing at the time, man.
I know, but maybe it's just because I'm not a Lex Luger fan. I did like the torture rack. I loved the torture rack move. I thought that was cool.
Oh man, like how many times did you put that on a sibling?
Oh yeah, exactly, a lot.
See, I used to do the Yokozuna squash. But unfortunately, we can't talk about Yokozuna or Bam Bam Bigelow because we did not play them in this game. They were on the Sega version. And yes, people might be hating on us for not playing the Sega version, but we played a lot of Sega games recently, so we wanted to get into some Super Nintendo shit. So we're playing the less greater of the game, but it's still the game.
Well, yeah, and we'll get to the comparing in a minute because I don't know if we necessarily played the worst one. So, anyways, this game should take you if you're going after the World Championship, it should take you less than about 45 minutes to complete, depending on the level that you play.
That's like 1/8 of Wrestlemania.
Yeah. Speedrun.com has a run on the Super Nintendo for the Intercontinental title set by Tavrina66 at 6 minutes and 37 seconds. The Super Nintendo's World Championship run was set by Holy Frost TV at 10 minutes and 27 seconds.
Holy Frost, Batman!
I do think that these, you can set them on any difficulty is how they do the speedruns for these.
I was going to say, unless like you devoted your fucking whole life to doing that, because that's pretty impressive to beat it that fast. Right, yeah. And they've actually got a, one of the modes on there is like a cooperative. And someone has, I didn't write it down, but I did watch the speedrun on how they did it cooperatively, and it's kind of cool. But anyways, you ready to talk about some damn gameplay on this? Oh yeah, brother, step into the ring. I just want to say quickly here, if you guys want to play a drinking game with us, so every time we say brother, have a shot, and good luck, brother.
So this is your typical fighting game. You've got your weak punch, your strong punch, weak kick, strong kick. You got a block for, and again, Super
and the
Nintendo.
block looks so fucking awkward when you're doing it.
Yeah, it does.
Like, how often do you see a wrestler block? Like, straight up block. Like, when they're in the ring, like, you don't see them, like, put their hands up, like, unless, like, they're getting the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah.
And, like, turns into a shoot, which is, like, a real fight for you non-wrestling fans. But, yeah, you don't really see, like, an actual block. You'll see a reversal more than anything. Right. It is weird that there's not, like, really a reversal. That would have been a cool feature. I pulled a couple off during my matches.
Did you?
Yeah, man. It even said at the bottom of the screen, reversal.
Oh, maybe I'm just not very good at this game.
Oh, yeah, because you weren't playing Bret Hart, man. Best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, Bret Hart.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't play as Bret at all in this playthrough. This game has digitized graphics, just like the original 3 Mortal Kombat games.
And NBA Jam.
Now, earlier in the same year, Mortal Kombat 3 was released.
Much more visually like, appealing to this.
Yeah, but
and had much more characters, too.
Yeah, it's really weird that there's only 6 characters, and like you said a minute ago, there's 8 in all the other ports. We're missing 2 characters in the Super Nintendo version.
And you probably paid $60 to $70, maybe more, because Super Nintendo games were pretty expensive. I paid over $100 for Street Fighter 2, so...
Right.
That could be like a little bit of a ripoff, if you ask me.
So this plays a lot like Mortal Kombat, more than a wrestling game, but you do have your grapple attacks and the top rope moves.
The top rope moves, dude. Like, how far can you fucking jump across the ring?
Apparently pretty far.
You have to be in the very far right bottom corner to not get hit by this. They can jump pretty much to that point.
Yeah, the action in this is just completely cartoonish. If you're thinking you're going to play a regular wrestling game, this is not the wrestling game for you.
No, it's the arcade game. It's kind of like that one they had out a few years ago, the WWE All-Stars.
Yeah.
Because that game was like very over the top.
Right.
But these guys can look like the wrestlers. They're not like big buffed out versions of them doing fucking crazy spinny moves.
Now, there's a big difference between like this and the Mortal Kombat franchise. Now, the Mortal Kombat franchise, there's no blood, but you know how you're usually on just one plane? Like you don't move to the foreground and background. You can move all over the ring in this.
And even outside of it.
Even outside of the ring. So,
like I was playing as Shawn Michaels and I did a Hurricanrana and whipped the guy way the fuck outside the ring. Because I was doing a 1-on-2 match, and we'll get into that shortly, the matches that you can have. And flung Bret Hart way to the outside. I'm like, okay, Undertaker, let's go. And then Bret Hart comes in and just like totally destroys me. I'm like, you motherfucker.
So there are 4 different modes that you can play in. You can play very easy, medium, and hard. What did you play in, Goobs?
Just normal.
I started out on very easy because I played this a long time ago and was like, this is freaking hard. So I played on very easy for the first.
Understandable. This game is a little challenging.
And then I moved up to easy, and then once you get it though, normal, medium, or whatever it is it's not too bad. But hard is ridiculous. Hard is way hard.
Well, this game is just the odds are against you in this game. Let's just say that.
Yeah. So some of the wrestlers actually have weapons that they pull out of nowhere.
Yeah, like Shawn Michaels pulls a baseball bat out of his pants. And I heard he has a legendary schlong, so maybe that's like referencing that.
Maybe. The Undertaker pulls out a tombstone and hits you with it.
I remember him throwing ghosts. Or is that like another game?
No, Undertaker does have a move where he can throw ghosts.
Yeah,
it's kind of like his... It throws like 3 or 4 at a time.
Yeah, like a Hadouken kind of thing.
Right. And each character
or it'd be a Haspookin.
Each character has like goofy moves like that. Like if you're Doink the Clown, he has like the electric buzzer where
giant mallet.
The giant mallet.
I love the electric buzzer because when he shocks you, your skeleton shows, but you can still see the outline of your character, and all the skeletons are the same for each one.
Yeah, and then like I was saying a second ago, Lex Luger, his arms turn into like metal mace type of weapons.
Yeah, and like an iron, what the hell would you call that? Like a T-bar or something. Just like what they use on construction sites to put together buildings.
Oh yeah, yeah. What else is there?
Bret Hart has nothing. As far as I know, Bret Hart is just a pure wrestler, and that's the way we want him.
Which is funny because he's the hitman.
He pulls out a gun and just shoots you.
He pulls out a gun and just, like from the game changes into a scope.
I'm surprised they didn't make it like races against Canadians. He whips out like a hockey stick and starts beating you with it. And...
Oh, that would have been too good. That would have been way too good.
Throwing goalie mask at you and maple syrup.
You're stuck for a second. So when your character actually gets hit like too many times in a row, it loses items related to them. So like Shawn Michaels, when he gets hit, he loses little Shawn Michael hearts. When Lex Luger gets hit, he loses dumbbells. So it takes a couple of hits before it happens.
Undertaker loses like black hearts or something comes out of him, dark spirits.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's ridiculous. Like there's a lot going on in this game, which makes it really charming in my opinion.
I think Bret Hart just loses sweat.
Well, so there's no blood in this game, but when they do get hit, they lose sweat. So, and then like every once in a while, when you've like comboed them a little bit, where you just kind of keep hitting them over and over, that's when they start losing their personal items.
Doink's the best, man. Bowling pins just start flying out of his ass. Well, like, how many do you keep up there, man? Is that a clown car up your anus?
This is terrible. In the Sega version, like where Yokozuna's at, he loses food, like chicken wings and stuff like that. How freaking horrible is that?
I remember playing as him, he throws the salt at you.
So, each wrestler has their own special moves. Shawn, he's got like a Hurricanrana. A couple other ones have like pile drivers, and just they all have their own unique moves.
Yeah, you got to do a button combination in order to pull a move off.
Right.
If not, you just hit a backpack and super kick, and then you just kick the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Or power kick, not super kick. You can have a power kick party. Can't get sued for saying that.
That's right. So I even looked up the moves, and I was having a difficult time trying to pull them off. Did you happen to look up any of the
Yes, I did, because I was playing Bret Hart, my favorite, and I was just like, okay, what's his special stuff? Oh, it's not special at all, but Bret Hart's special to me. And then and I just ended up doing like his big kick all the time, and then you end up winning most of your matches just by spamming one move.
Yep.
Or then every wrestler has a headbutt, and it looks like they're fucking rocking it out. So if you're listening to like different music than the game, because the game's music is very repetitive, you can just look like you're headbanging and punching people or headbutting people.
Now, did Bret Hart have like a charge attack? Because some of the wrestlers I noticed had like a charge attack. That's how you do Doink's little electric hand thing. I can't remember.
I'm not sure if he did or not. I don't think he did. I think his moves were pretty basic.
So basically, you hold the light punch for like 3 seconds and then release it. And,
yes, his was a DDT.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, see, I played as pretty much everyone except Lex Luger and Bret Hart just because I ran out of time, but I wouldn't have played as Lex Luger anyway. How about that?
Suck it, sexy Lexi.
So you also have a running attack that you can do, and when you're running, you have some kind of like drop kick or shoulder tackle that you can do to them. You just hit a button and you'll do a move. You can actually grapple up with the opponent and throw them into the ropes and
Irish whip.
Yep, you can force them to run, and then you can grab them and do a move, whether it's I don't know. You can throw them. You can do power slams and stuff like that. Just each character has their own set of unique moves, so everyone's a little bit different.
Yeah, they've kind of really changed up the moves for the characters, which is nice.
Yeah.
I really kind of appreciate that. Well, I guess they gotta do something. We only have 6 fucking characters in a game. And then, like, as we mentioned before, you go to the top rope and jump fucking from here to infinity and beyond, like Buzz Lightyear, and give a leg drop or a shoulder tackle, or you can do something from the top rope, depending on your character.
Yeah, now, was there
wait, Undertaker has a great one, too. You can force choke your ass.
Oh, yeah.
He just puts his arm out and just floats across the ring and grabs you by the throat. It's like the funniest fucking thing ever. He's just like, I just imagine him doing that in real life, and I giggled when I saw that on my replay. I'm like, man, I wish Undertaker could just levitate, just like, grab you by the throat.
Every time I did it, I thought, maybe if I push another button, he'll choke slam him. But
he's like,
not the case.
Rest in peace. Paul Bearer, you're not my father.
So you can also do a uppercut attack, like in Mortal Kombat, and this this will send the opponents way up into the sky. Like you said earlier, the NBA Jam. You know how when you go to dunk, how you can go into the freaking
use your turbo when you run up, when you dunk, you can jump up and do crazy shit.
Yeah, the exact same.
You just go flying right up to the rafters.
It's pretty ridiculous.
And you don't land on a turnbuckle, which is very fortunate for your wrestler.
Oh, no!
I said I wasn't going to make a reference to that, but I definitely just did. If you know what I'm talking about, I apologize.
So there are 2 single-player modes that you can play. You can play the Intercontinental Championship mode or the WWF Championship mode. In the Intercontinental mode, you have to win 4 one-on-one matches, then 2 2-on-1 handicap matches, and then 1 3-on-1 match to win the title.
And when the odds are stacked against you, that sucks hard.
Yeah, once you get to where it's 3-on-1, it does. It sucks balls. It's so freaking hard.
You got no room to breathe, and you're spamming for your life, and then you just get, like, blindsided, because they can go all around the ring, so they can just surround you. Like a whole bunch of sharks that just want your latex-covered ass. Not latex, spandex-covered ass. Maybe you're wearing latex, too. Who knows?
That's for after the match.
Yeah. Beyond the ring.
For the World Championship, you have to win, and they've made it a lot more difficult. You have to win 4 2-on-1 matches, 2 3-on-1 matches, and then you do the Wrestlemania challenge where you actually fight every character comes through in a gauntlet match 2 at a time, which each time one is eliminated, another one takes its place until you get through all 6 of them.
And that is a bitch.
Yes. Now, on multiplayer, you have the 1-on-1 match, so you can play like just sitting there.
So the tides are turned.
Yeah, so it's just 1-on-1 when you're playing each other. But then you can do the cooperative mode where you and the other player team up and you do the WrestleMania challenge. So you have to go through all 6.
So that's a lot easier when you have a friend by your side.
See, you think that, but you share a health bar.
No.
Yes, you share a health bar.
I didn't have a chance to play like 2-player this time around. I have back in the day, especially at the arcades. I remember playing that inside the physical arcades, but that's shit, man. I fucking hate sharing health bars.
It's just as bad as sharing a life with your wife on any game, right? Am I right?
Exactly. We love you, Jenny B. Please don't hurt us or hurt me because you're not going to Texas anytime soon, but you're coming home shortly.
So we've already said this game is missing Bam Bam Bigelow and Yokozuna.
You were close.
In the other versions,
Yokozuna.
Well, how I spelt it funny. Yokozuna. So Bam Bam Bigelow, his outfit, actually the flames on it look like the flames are glowing. It's really, really cool. So we missed out on Bam Bam.
Yeah, that's badass. Bam Bam was like one of my favorites too.
Oh, I loved Bam Bam Bigelow.
That whole like ECW thing with him and Taz and they fall through the ring, like one of my favorite moments in wrestling of all time.
Yeah, it is pretty good. So on this game, on the 3-versus-1 matches where you're fighting 3 motherfuckers, you're only getting 2 at a time. And it was supposed to be 3 people in the ring fighting you at once, but there might have been some issues with the Super Nintendo port of this game because all the other ports can have up to 4 characters on the screen at the same time.
See, I knew something was like messed up like that because I remember like in the arcade and the Sega version, which I played like a lot, that would be the case.
Yeah. So the Sega, you could have, like I said, you could have all 4 players. So you would have 3 people in the ring. So it's a little bit harder on Sega, is what I'm saying. But also, I should say, on the Super Nintendo, you had a shitload of lag when there was just 3 characters on screen. Did you have some lag issues?
You definitely see some slowdown.
Yeah, it was pretty irritating in a lot of spots. I won't lie. So I think, wrestling is great, but
it's the best. It's not just great. It's the best.
It's the best.
And it's on a big boom right now too, man. A lot of exciting things happening.
Well, what I was going to say is the wrestling is the best part of the show, but you have to admit the entrance music is the best. One of the best aspects of when your favorite wrestler comes, their music hits and they're coming down the ramp, you get a little bit of music in this. Not a lot of music in this game.
You get about a 30-second clip looped.
Yeah.
But it's still like, you can hear like Bret Hart's music, one of my childhood favorites coming out, and it's like, okay, man, I'm right behind this right now. Then it starts again, like, I'm still behind this right now. Then it starts again. Okay, I'm a little not behind this right now.
So all the wrestlers' theme songs sound pretty good.
Now, yeah, like for a chiptune kind of thing, they sound amazing.
Yeah, they sound really good. But that's, like you said, you only get about 30 seconds of their theme song. And then during the match, you don't even get real music. I mean, you get music, but it's the same repetitive song over and over and over.
And you know how we hate on repetitive songs. I'm looking at you, fucking Lolo. Adventures of Lolo. Oh my god. That song's still stuck in my head. I wake up singing it. No, fuck off, Toby. I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch your dick inside out.
But yeah, I was real happy with how the theme music was. I'm a huge fan of Shawn Michaels' music. So anytime dun, 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 dun. You know, I think I'm cute.
I know I'm sexy.
I would sing it every single time I heard it. Which is, I guess in between each match you hear it, right?
You really enjoy my buddy. Because the first time he brought his girlfriend home, back in high school, he played that for her when they got to the room. And
nice.
He did like the Shawn Michaels like dance and pose and everything. So I'll just throw that in there just for you, because I know you appreciate that.
I do. That's awesome. I don't think I'm a sexy boy.
Yeah, you're just a boy toy.
But yeah, who's your favorite music? You got Bret Hart, I'm assuming?
Fuck yeah, man.
Bret Hart's your man, huh?
I have a heart for Bret Hart. I have a heart on.
You have a foundation for the
I have a large foundation for Bret Hart. Well, growing up in Canada, man, you gotta appreciate that guy. You guys have all sorts of American heroes. You got Lex Luger. You got Hulk Hogan.
Please name one good one, please.
The Mass Patriot.
You're killing me. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to really say about the music. I mean,
Kurt Angle, bud.
Oh yeah, we got Kurt Angle. I forgot about old
fucking bow-legged man, Kurt Angle.
But yeah, music, it's not really impressive on this game. The theme songs are good. The theme songs sound better on the Super Nintendo than the Sega, though. I will say that much. Or that's my opinion, obviously, but I do think, music-wise, because we love our music in games, Super Nintendo sounds a little bit better. But
yeah, just for the entrance alone, not the track when you're fighting.
Now, I will let you know that the Sega has 3 different fight musics. So, like, during the matches, like, if you go 3 rounds, you will hear 3 different songs. It's not the same one over and over.
Why the fuck do we play this version then?
I know. It's a little late now.
This is the moment Toby and Goobs realize they fucked up.
So, once you do beat one of the championship modes, whether it's Intercontinental or the World Championship, it's kind of a lackluster ending. It just has some text, and that's it.
Yeah, it's very exciting. They don't have the big, like, WrestleMania moment where the confetti's raining down on you. The boyhood dream has become a reality, goddammit, by God.
Well, the arcade version, like if you play the actual arcade version and beat it, they have some really dark, sinister, like, endings and stuff. Have you ever looked those up?
No, I haven't.
It's kind of fucked up, some of them. Like, they're real grim and dark. Like, I think Razor Ramon goes missing.
That's what we forgot to mention, Razor Ramon.
Oh, yeah.
He breaks out a fucking giant toothpick with 2x4.
I couldn't tell what he was dropping. It looked like it may have been a silver chain or something.
Yeah, he drops a chain.
I couldn't tell. Like, I kept looking at the sprite, and I was like, what is that? But yeah.
We didn't really talk too much about the bad guy, man.
The bad guy? Who's the bad guy?
Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon.
Fuck, man, come on.
I thought you were talking about, like, the bad guy at the very end. I was like, there's a bad guy.
Vince McMahon shows up and it says, "You're not going to WrestleMania." He's gonna puke.
You know, with us kind of poo-pooing on the music and stuff, there was some pretty decent sound effects. You got Vince McMahon on commentary. Is Jerry Lawler on commentary too?
I'm pretty sure. And you got the referee. Or the announcer, sorry.
Yeah, so they announce everyone like Bret the Hitman Hart versus The Undertaker and Doink the Clown. Like, you know, they do all that.
Bret the Hitman Hart versus Bret the Hitman Hart and Shawn Michaels.
And then, you know, as you're playing and stuff, you'll hear like just a commentary from like, now I never heard it myself, but I saw it in a video. Vince McMahon says, "Boom shakalaka."
I didn't catch that because I definitely would have commented about that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was on the Super Nintendo version, but I heard it in the video and I was like, no way.
Bet him! Pan him!
Yeah. Oh, we should talk about the pinning situation. So
You pretty much just knock the fuck out of the guy till his health bar is down. He falls down, you walk over, and you sexually display yourself on top of him.
Yeah, so in this game, you have a health bar at the top. We didn't even touch on that.
Which is fucked up for wrestling, because you can go for a pin anytime you want during a match.
Right. So you have to, like, completely drain their health, just like in Mortal Kombat. They fall to the ground. And you don't necessarily have to pin them, but you can. And I don't even really know how you pin them.
You just walk up to them and just like you press your sweaty chest against theirs.
And it's 2 out of 3 falls is how they put it. But it's basically like Mortal Kombat where you have to win 2 matches in a row. Or not in a row, but you have to win 2 matches to progress.
Like when I was playing as Undertaker, like half the time it looked like he was punching him in the chest and killing him, or he was just like standing in front, raising his hand in the air, summoning demons. Because Undertaker is always a sorcerer and not a normal person.
Yeah, he's a wizard. An undead wizard.
Speaking of Undertaker, man, check this out, man. I got a nice urn of his, like a replica.
Yeah, oh, that is a nice little replica urn.
Ah, fuck, man, my pager's going. I gotta go check it out. It might be work calling. It might be a fire at work I got to deal with.
Your pager?
Yeah. We're 95 right now, man. Come on, fuck off. I got a pager.
Okay, I got you. Okay, cool. Yeah, take care of what you got to do. I don't know why.
It could be like a food emergency.
Yeah. Man, he's always so unprofessional. I don't understand. We're in the middle of a damn podcast. We're trying to record, talk about some fun games, and this motherfucker's just always leaving. I don't know. This urn's real nice, though. I mean, it looks like there's some dust on it, though. I should wipe this dust off and clean it up for him.
Ooh, Goobs maniacs are running wild. Goobzinis?
Goobs Genie? Are you? Why are you wearing that yellow T-shirt and a Macho Man glasses?
Ooh, check out my 17-inch pythons.
Oh, those are nice.
Not as big as the Hulksters, but mine are pretty decent.
Well, what about Terry's python?
It hurts my throat. But Goobs Genie's not here for throat hurting. Goobs Genie's here to share the power of wrestling to you.
Hey, do you got a cheat for us today, Goobs Genie?
I got a Game Genie cheat, which they ripped my name off. Let me tell you, I've been around since 1904. Goobs Genie has been here forever, the Game Genie has not.
Well, you know.
But you pop this game into the top of that big thing, they pop into your Super Nintendo Entertainment System, which some people call the SNES. Yes, the SNES is the best. And you put this code in, C902-8FDA, and you can put some steroids into your characters and inflict more damage onto your opponents. That's what wrestling's all about back in the day.
Steroids and damage.
Yes, that's why Butterbean was in the WWF for a split second.
Yeah, I do remember that.
He fucked up our gun.
He sure did. Well, Goobs Genie, I really do appreciate it, brother.
Don't call me brother. You're not my brother, guy. Goobs Genie is out of the ring.
Oh, well, I guess he's back in the urn.
Dude.
What? Yeah.
What the fuck did you do to my urn? It's all covered in fucking sawdust and shit.
I was trying to clean it, and this thing.
Well, you did the opposite of cleaning it. You made it dirty. Did you fucking open it?
I mean, I didn't open it. It's a really long story.
I had ashes in there, man.
They may not be in there anymore.
From cigarettes I used to smoke.
Okay.
It was just like, I think I kept around. It's like, this is why I don't smoke anymore, but.
Oh,
man.
Hey, would you like to hear some fun facts?
It's time for Fun Facts with Toby.
Okay, so it's our favorite game to play on this show. How much is this game? So, Goobs, we are talking looser
Lucy
than
Goosey.
Sunny.
After New Jack got through her.
Wrestling fans will get it. How much is a loose copy of the Super Nintendo WWF Wrestlemania, the arcade game.
I don't see this game around too often. I have a feeling it's a little rare.
Do you?
So I'm going to go with $95.
Is that your final answer?
Final.
You're way the fuck off on this one, my man. It is.
I'm not going to lie. I saw something pop up when I was looking for the game.
It goes for $9 loose.
Well, $95 mint in box.
Yeah, well, yeah. I can see that, but do you know how much it is just with the box open to where you can let it breathe and you can get it and play
Well,
it?
from $9, I'm going to say $35.
You're pretty close. It's $25 closed in box, and I don't know what the sealed mint price is because I don't give a crap about sealed and mint. I want to play
It's probably
the game.
$99. That's probably what popped up on when I was looking for shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if someone's trying to sell it for $90 or so. I wouldn't buy it, but I would buy the closed in box. But I haven't done that yet. So anyways,
I'm sure you will. You bought fucking Shafu closed in box, you fuck.
I have a problem. Okay, so some of the fun facts. Programmer Mark Turmel? Mark Turmel.
Turmel, I think.
He stated that I worked 16 hours a day, 7 days a week for 6 months to get WWF WrestleMania out. How freaking nuts is that?
Oh man, I'm sorry we're about to shit all over your game.
Your hard work. Ugh. So, a lot of the music is missing from the PlayStation version, and there is no music during the matches. And the Sega Saturn also has the same problem that there is no game music during the matches.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No music at all. I think it's just the crowd that you can hear in the commentary. But
oh, dude, I would smash the shit out of this game.
But they do have a lot of extra commentary and sound effects and stuff in both those versions, I believe.
Yeah, that's one thing, but like, no music during the matches. You need something besides like, "Boom Shakalaka" by Vince.
Hold on, we gotta just touch on how great that is that Vince said "Boom Shakalaka." And how ridiculous. Someone at Midway was like, okay, Vince, when we're recording your lines, we need you to read Boom Shakalaka. And he's like, oh, okay, pal. I'll give you the best Boom Shakalaka I can give you.
Boom Shakalaka.
So the sprite animations are the largest and best in the arcade, right? But they are the smallest in the Sega Genesis version. They look like they're squished. The 32X version and the Sega Saturn look a lot better, though. But they do. They look like they're smushed down. Like you got the good arcade one and you just squished it with your fingers. So
That ain't good.
No, the Nintendo is just like a step above it, I think. Like it looks a little bit better than the Sega version, but definitely not like anywhere near the other ones. Sega also has a less colorful game and is missing some of the sprite animations when you hit the characters and they lose some of their personal items.
It sounds like they lose their wallet.
Well,
their fanny pack,
the things that are like connected to them, like the Shawn Michaels hearts, that kind of stuff doesn't drop out of some of them. On the Sega version, if you try to walk outside of the ring, like if you try to go around it up at the top, you can't go around it and it'll cause damage to yourself.
You just enter the dark zone.
Yeah, it just hurts you and pushes you back, so you can't go up there.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's real weird.
Imagine if that was like in real wrestling. you can't go around the ring anymore. You get hurt.
Yeah.
Surrounded in barbed wire. Well, if it was in like a death match, that might be the case.
That might be the case, yeah. Sega can allow all wrestlers in the ring, so I was talking about this earlier. And basically it's all the other versions, I think, except the Super Nintendo, that you can have the actual 1-on-3 match, and there's usually no slowdown. Well, I think there is a little bit of slowdown in the Sega version, but the 32X is slightly better about their slowdown issues.
Well, I guess so, if you have that big UFO-looking motherfucker plugged into your system.
The Undertaker is the only character to have a fatality that is known in the arcade version. And it's pretty cool because, like, he makes a coffin come out of the middle of the ring, and, like, he pushes you in it, and then you just disappear. It's pretty neat.
Yes, I've seen that.
It's pretty cool. Now,
I thought I was, like, imagining that, but yes, because I played this game in the arcade a lot, and I have seen that.
Yeah, so apparently, like, if there are other cheats and finishing moves, no one's ever found them, is from what I understood. And the game developers have never said, yeah, here's more. And, you know, it's been so long, I doubt they're going to at this point.
I doubt there's any more.
So
someone would have found it by now, one of the speedrunners or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they go into the code of the game to find the best way to do it, so I imagine they would have found something like that out.
Right. So, like I was telling you earlier, the arcade has the dark, twisted endings where nothing goes right, apparently. But all the home versions, like I think even the PlayStation and the Sega Saturn, all the ones that you would think would be more like the arcade version are also missing the endings. It's just text, and then the shitty credits roll with the wrestlers running by or whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
And the Super Nintendo is missing the commentators on the outside of the ring on the right, but the Sega Genesis version has them. Did you?
Oh, okay, so they pick up that one thing at least.
So if you are on the right side of the ring, or you're outside of the ring, in the Sega version, you'll see Jerry Lawler and Vince McMahon sitting there at the commentator table. But when you play the Super Nintendo version, it just shows you more guardrails and the fans. So that's all I have for the fun facts about this game. But I thought it would be interesting to talk about the cards for 1995's WrestleMania, which was WrestleMania 11 and 96, because that would have been the WrestleMania after this game came out, which would have been 12. So on 11's card, you had the Allied Powers versus the Blue Brothers, Razor Ramon versus Jeff Jarrett, The Undertaker versus King Kong Bundy, Owen Hart and Yokozuna versus the Smoking Guns, Bret Hart versus Bob Backlund, Diesel versus Shawn Michaels, and Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow.
I wish Lawrence Taylor was an unlockable character in this game.
Oh, was he really?
No, I said I wish he was.
Oh, I was about to say, holy shit, that'd be weird. And then on the previous WrestleMania, the Body Donnas versus the Godwins, the British Bulldog, Owen Hart and Vader versus Ahmed Johnson, Jake Roberts and Yokozuna, Rowdy Piper versus Goldust.
Oh, is that the backstage brawl?
The
Hollywood brawl?
The Hollywood backlot brawl.
Yes. Great fucking match.
Yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Savio Vega, Ultimate Warrior versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley, The Undertaker versus Diesel, and Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart. So, the reason I wanted to bring these both up is because out of all those, there was a lot more wrestlers that they could have included in this that would have been awesome. And a lot of these people had, a lot of these matches had, people outside ringside with them. Like the 1-2-3 Kid was with Razor Ramon. The Roadie was with Jeff Jarrett.
Known as Road Dogg now.
Yeah, the Road Dogg. Jesse James. The Badass. Goobs. But anyways, what I wanted to ask you is, if out of those two cards, who would you want to include in this game if you had the option?
Double J, Jeff Jarrett, man.
Really? That's shocking to me. So what would I guess Jarrett's weapon would be a guitar.
Oh, fucking right, it would be busted over your head.
So what?
His other one could be like kind of like I think her name was Sindel from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
where she screams out, so his vocals would hurt you because that song kind of sucks. Funny. I really don't like that. Be My Baby Tonight.
Yeah,
and then when you hit him, like music notes and like shit fly out of him.
You know what? That's perfect. I like that a lot.
On the fly, bro. On the fly.
Yeah. See, I was thinking Jake Roberts and have him lose little snakes and stuff.
Oh,
But then
I thought you were gonna, like whip out his big snake and hit you with it.
I don't know what weapon he would have or what power he would have. Maybe his hands turn into snakes or something and they bite you. I don't know. I mean,
there was a WWE figure like of his arms as snakes.
Oh yeah, there is. But you know, when I started looking at the list again, I kind of can't believe the Ultimate Warrior wasn't in this.
Yeah,
but I think it would have been cool for Rowdy Piper. And then every time he gets hit, he loses a bagpipe. He loses a bagpipe.
He loses his kilt.
He loses a kilt. That's his weapon, is the bagpipe.
He can blow it at you.
Well, and then one more I was thinking of is Vader. I don't know if this is the time when Vader was doing the whole Vader time gimmick. It's time. It's Vader time.
Well, he could have that Mastodon head. I think that's more WCW. But
yeah,
still.
I think that's Japan and WCW. But, you know, every time he got hit, he could lose a clock. I'm pretty proud of that. I think that's funny. But yeah, a little stopwatch. But I don't know what his weapon would be.
Himself?
Anyways. Yeah.
Vader was a fucking beast.
But, you know what time it is, Goobs? It's not Vader time.
Oh, it's time to step in the ring and get crushed by the rage that is coming down upon us, brother. The rage of the rocket ships are landing on us. It's time to fucking rage.
Oh, come on!
So, this is the rage meter. How mad did this game make you from 1 to 10, Goobs?
Oh, solid 7.
7. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, no. When you get to we had the gauntlet matches, we had to fight like 2 people, then another one comes in, then another one comes in, is a piece of shit. When you gotta start off fighting 2 people at once, this game totally is like, it's relentless. Both guys just attack the shit out of you, and if you don't know what you're doing, you are completely fucked in the ring. You have no clue what is coming towards you, and the answer is pain. I don't like it. It's really kicked my ass the first few playthroughs. I remember having fun with it as a kid. It was probably because I was playing against people and or had a partner with me, and that's not too bad. But this day and age, picking it up for the first time and not knowing the combos until I had to go look at it, and really, really kicked my ass. I'm going to be honest with you here. 7.5.
Well, you know what? I think I'm also going to give it a 7. Well, you gave it a 7.5. I'm giving it just a 7. We'll see. Let me talk this through, and it may come up to 7.5 with you. The lag was so bad, and I really think
music too. I forgot to add the music.
The music was terrible. The lack of music. Let's put it that way. The lack of good music or any kind of game music. I wish we would have had the 3 Sega songs. They're not that great, but I would have rather had 3 different
switches
crappy
it up.
songs. Yeah, something to switch it up. I feel like this is the people that put out Mortal Kombat. And I feel like they did too much trying to marry Mortal Kombat meets NBA Jam. And I think they should have
with Doink the Clown.
With Doink the Clown. They should have leaned way more towards the Mortal Kombat aspect and put more moves in it, and maybe made it harder for the one-on-one matches, kind of like Mortal Kombat is.
Well, since they named it, I'm going to drop on something here. Since they named it WWF the arcade game, why does it have to be in the ring? They could have had stages specifically made for each character, like Undertaker in the graveyard.
Oh, that would have been
like
cool.
Doink, you're in a circus, and like other things like that.
Man,
Lex Luger, you're inside of a gym, or like on the bus, a USS boat. Yes, exactly. It makes sense.
Man, that's the game I want now. That's the game, and I don't know.
That would be tons of fun.
I feel like
Razor Ramon, you're on the streets of Miami and shit. Like that'd be fucking bomb.
I just feel like it just got old because you are fighting 2-on-3 or 1-on-3, 1-on-2, and like it's just like God. There's nothing fun about just being tag teamed to death, and you really can't get any moves off because there's not that many moves to do. 7.5. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I'm with you. It's really frustrating, especially when you're
playing. If they added a few more, if they had like 10 or 12 characters and did like the level thing like I just said, this game would have been fucking classic, dude. Like,
yeah.
They want to step out of the realm of wrestling because they have Undertaker throwing ghosts and using tombstones and Shawn Michael whipping a bat out of nowhere. If you want to go to like the fantastical area of everything, go balls deep.
Well, since we're already kind of slipping into it, let's slip into what we're gonna rate this game, and we'll finish the conversation in the ratings. And this is where we give a 1 to 10 rating on. If we really enjoyed the game, we give it a 10. If we dislike the game, we give it a 1. So where are you going to fall with all that being said?
Well,
with your rating?
I've played a lot of wrestling games in my life, and I still play a lot of wrestling games. Go check out Derailed Wrestling on YouTube. Right. Cheap plug. Tons of fun there. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm giving this game a 5.
Yeah?
Yeah, the sprites were great. Like, they look really like the wrestlers for that day and age. Nothing like now. They're not as crisp, but you can tell who's who, which is a bonus. And you get a color swap when you're fighting yourself. You kind of wish you didn't have to fight yourself all the time, because who the fuck you like Wrestlemania 13, Bret Hart versus Bret Hart? Like, you won't see that ever.
You might. You know, I mean, there was that time you saw 2 Undertakers fight each other. 2 cans.
Yes, and we also saw a fake Diesel and fake Razor Ramon. Yeah, there's nothing really redeeming for me for this game. Like, it's fun to play. It's a good kind of beat 'em up, I would say. You go through the levels, but you're doing the same thing over and over again. You're fighting 2 people, getting your ass kicked, and you maybe win 1 match, and then you lose. Then you go back in, you fight the same fucking people again, and then you might win, and then you fight 2 more people, then you fight 2 more people, then you fight 3 people, with 1 coming in. And the odds are really stacked against you when you're going for the World Championship, and for that, it's not really... I know it's not supposed to be a realistic wrestling game, but it's still a wrestling game at the end of the day here.
Right.
And it just doesn't flow to me as a wrestling game. I wish they had little things outside the ring, like you can go grab a chair.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd have been real cool.
Something like that, or you have like someone run in and help you out, because most wrestling games have that. I know it may not have the technology for that, but Saturday Slam Masters, I played that game a lot for Super Nintendo, and I had a lot more fun playing that than I did this.
Right.
And that's the same kind of thing as an arcade wrestling game. And they did a lot better than the WWF sure did.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm right there with you, brother, on the 5. I think this is... Shit,
we matching scores tonight?
Yeah.
We touching tips?
Yeah, that's why we're the best tag team in the world, man.
Fuck yeah, Weird Beards for life.
So, yeah.
Check out the Weird Beards on Derailed Wrestling.
Yes. Drink the Kool-Aid. Anyways.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
So, yeah, a 5, because I feel like there was a lot of gameplay mechanics that were lacking. I mean, I just felt like the moves were there wasn't enough of them. They were kind of hard to pull off because, like I said, I looked them up and I couldn't get some of the moves to work, or maybe they just didn't work on the Super Nintendo. I don't know.
Well, that was a lot of the moves like in these games before the N64 ones came out. That's when they really got the gameplay down.
Right.
It's like there's a grapple button, a hit button, because there's no grapple or anything on this.
You know, and that might have done some wonders, but you know, of course, you don't know what goes into the game. Like if the game could have handled a grappling mechanic like that. I feel like the music was terrible. They could have done something more. They did, obviously, in the Sega version. The lagginess, it's bad. There's just too many, like you said, 1 on 2, 1 on 3, 1 on fucking the whole roster. Like, it's ridiculous. And like, it was almost it was definitely a chore to play. Like, it was fun the first 1 or 2 times I went through it, but then it became a chore. Like, oh, I'm just doing the same. Like, I gotta fight 2 or 3 guys. Like, at least in like Mortal Kombat, it's 1-on-1, and there's different moves and different like projectiles you have to dodge, and you have to strategize against who you're playing. And this one, you just button mash the heavy kick, or you use your weapon over and over, and you'll win.
Sometimes.
Yeah, most of the time it's like that, and you can just button mash your way through this. I just wish that there was a little more. I love the idea that you had about like actual stages. Let's just go with the 2D instead of like trying to move in the foreground and background and all that. Like, let's just keep it on one
It'd
plane.
make it a totally different game.
Let's just, I mean, what's wrong with the Mortal Kombat format? Like, do that. And you know what? You could have even put stupid ring posts in the graveyard, and that would have been fun. At least each level would have been different and unique, and you could have had different.
Yeah, you could have had the
music.
ropes and everything. Like, no one would have cared because it's wrestling, but it's fantastic wrestling.
Right. Now, I think this was still at the time when wrestling was real, you know?
Damn it.
But, so, maybe they didn't want to make it too cheesy and play it up, but, you know,
They made it pretty cheesy. You can shock someone and the skull pops out of their head. Like,
that's true. That is.
You see the skeleton.
But yeah, I guess I mean just that's a 5 for me. That's a 5 for you. This is just a 5. I mean, it's a barely average game in my opinion.
High rage, low score.
Yep. That's
It's time to finish them.
Finish him.
Okay, so this is the part of the show where we don't kick out of this one. We take the pin, and it's just 1,
Uno,
2,
dos, tres.
3, and we raise the hand of
Fast count.
Of the it was a fast count, but we raise the hand of the victor, which is you, Goobs. So tell us about your other stuff.
No one's a victor if you're playing this game. Alone, at least. Might be fun with friends. I gotta try that out. You can go check out the Derailers on every major podcasting platform, pretty much. And it's my wonderful wife, Jenny Bean, and my best friend, Ripken, who sit down and we run the train off the tracks every single week. I was going to say every single damn day, but no, we don't do it every single damn day, because I just derail myself there. We do it every single week. On Tuesdays, we drop, and it's a lot of fun. Jump on the train, run it off the tracks with us, and put some fun in your ears, because who doesn't like fun in their ears?
Yeah.
And if you want to put some fun into your eyes, you can go to watch Derailed Wrestling on YouTube. And me and Ripken sit down, we put a whole bunch of wrestlers in the ring, we commentate, we do the matches, and we have tons of fun doing so. And you'll have tons of fun watching and or listening to us. Go check out Derailed Wrestling on YouTube. Toby, what about you, good sir? What do you got on the hot plate?
Well, I can be found on Twitter at Toby Von Doom.
Oh yeah, you can find me on Twitter as well at GoobsWN.
And I have a show. It's called The Secret Transmission Podcast. We are a satire podcast that talk about all things spooky like conspiracies, the supernatural, cryptozoology, serial killers, and all kinds of others. Actually, we've done an episode on wrestling conspiracies back in the day. So go check that out.
Yes, and I was on it.
Yes, you were. So, we talk about all kinds of stuff, and it's just a roundtable discussion over all things spooky. And you can find that show on Instagram and Twitter at Secret Transpod. It's available on all the major podcasting platforms.
And Derailers also did an episode with you on it.
Oh, yes.
Talking about the Mandela effect.
Yeah,
'Cause we put our stake or little claim on it as well, because Secret Transmission did a couple episodes about it, and we jumped on, had Toby on, and we fucking just went right off the rails on that one. You want to hear about dildo sweaters? Go check out that episode.
It was a good time. It was a good time. That came out a couple weeks ago. Go check it out. It was fun. So, Goobs, we need to inform the people where they can find this show on the social medias. And you can find it at Secret Levels Pod on Instagram and Twitter. You can like our Facebook page. You can join our Facebook group.
And we put a game in there every month, and you can vote which game you want us to play, because we listen to our listeners.
That's right. You can make us play a great game or a shit game. We have 4 choices every month, and I'm pointing at you, the listener.
You brother
Can pick something really great or shitty for us. And you can also write your own little review or get your telephone and record a little voice memo and send it to us, and we'll play it on the show. Just give us a little minute or two review of what you thought of the game, and we'll play it.
No one's done it yet, but we'd love to hear one or talk about it on the show.
That's right. That'd be really fun. So come on.
Come on, levelers, jump on, do it.
We also have a Discord group. I'm going to leave a link to that Discord group in this episode description. So if you want to talk with us and talk with other levelies, what did we decide?
Levelers. It was levelies for a bit, but I like levelers better.
I like levelers. So if you want to talk with the other
I wanted to call them wall meat for a bit.
Well,
if you want to talk about cheeseburgers and stuff, you can definitely do that.
So yeah, go click on that link and join our Discord group. It's a lot of fun. A lot of good people in there. We play Smash. We play
a lot of Smash Brothers.
Come Smash with us.
Come smash us.
Come smash us. Oh, and leave us a review. We would love a review on iTunes. We'd love it. I'll send you stickers if you leave us a review. And obviously send me your address because I don't know it. And don't put it on the iTunes review because who knows what'll come to your house.
Just like send him a picture of your review and then send your address and then you get some swag.
Yeah. What?
And also, speaking of swag, you can go to www.tpublic.com/user/secret levels and you get some wonderful t-shirts to put on your wonderful, beautiful, manly, and or womanly chest. Gotta cover those testicles somehow.
Yeah.
And what a better way to do so and then put secret levels on it.
And you know what's also good? If you rip it off of your off your chest. Like, that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
too.
You put a little slit in like the neckline, just rip it right off so everyone can see your body.
You say, let me show you something, brother.
I think Toby just had a stroke.
Call the ambulance.
Skype doesn't let you do emergency calls. Sorry, man.
Hey, Tommy. Thanks for taking me to my first wrestling event. I can't believe it's this big old Wrestlemania.
No problem, Cletus. You're gonna love it. The Undertaker's gonna be here tonight. He's the greatest ever. He's never gonna lose.
Yeah. So, I mean, they fight and they beat each other up in the ring?
No, it's two great contenders in the ring covered in spandex and they're just fighting. And it's absolutely beautiful storytelling. It's like watching Romeo and Juliet, but in a squared circle. You're gonna love it, because you like acting and stuff, right? This is better than acting. It's professional. I got a hot dog in my throat. Wrestling.
Okay. Oh, is that the bell? What does that mean?
That means the match is on. Shut up, I gotta watch this.
Hey, Tommy, did he just hit him with a tombstone?
Yeah, he's an undead wizard. Isn't that amazing? Oh, man, I can't wait for him to throw some ghosts.
Or throw ghosts. Is that clown electrocuting that other man?
Oh, he definitely is. He's Doink the Clown. That's what he does. He has special tricks in his hands. Another hot dog.
Holy cow. That guy just uppercutted this other guy into the ceiling. Is this normal?
Oh, it's definitely normal. It's professional wrestling.
But how can they jump from one corner of the ring into the other corner of the ring like that?
I don't know. That guy's anus just blew out of his ass. Game over, folks.